Hello, you two friends. Gail's here. Play another visual novel. Another Nanoreno 2024 game. This one's called Heart of the Sanctuary. Once again, don't really know that much about going in. I did make sure that this one's an actual complete game, not just a demo this time. So, all right, let's get into it. Nice looking logo. Very mysterious looking. Very cool. All right, let's begin. What is your name? Gills. Which would you prefer? Feminine terms. Nice to see. 10 days of break. You've been waiting for this vacation you planned with your go-to buddy trip, Raina. Sorry if I pronounced the names wrong, as usual. I'm bad at pronouncing things. Oh, that's interesting. 3D background. Okay, cool. Even the wind blows your hair excitedly as you ride your bike with your friend sitting behind you on the pillion. Going up, you're heading to a sanctuary located on top of the hillsides in the outer part of town. The mountain air filled your lungs with even more zeal until Rana said something that vexes your mind. Hey, remember the news about the missing tourists in the sanctuary? No? You immediately deflect the fact that you read that certain news. Right after ordering the tickets, you found a rumor about the place that you're heading to. In search of a hidden chamber inside the main building, visitors were reported to be missing and never to be found. The management of the area declared that there is no such thing as a hidden chamber. All areas of the sanctuary are open publicly and under their control. To prove that they are not trafficking these tourists, they note every visitor's name and make sure the ones who come in or out on the same day. More cases are reported, but all the people who are missing are never on their list. Honestly, though, you put no care about rumors, and your curiosity of the grandiose structure is bigger than your worries. But you were the one who told me the details. Although I noticed there are remaining questions in the news. What if the management lied? What if those missing people actually never go there? What if there's an abductor around the area who hasn't been captured yet? Please, let's cut the worries. I just want to see the place, enjoy the scriptures and scenery, and we're good to go. Nobody's going to be missing or taking the wrong turn and get lost or become one with the walls of the temple, or maybe they simply fell off the hills and the SAR team couldn't find them, so instead of taking the responsibility, they made a mythical news about the temple that eats people. Ooh, what a catchy headline. Shouldn't have fallen for that. You take a deep breath. Okay? All right. Let's just not lose sight of each other for the day, okay? You got it. Putting the myths aside, you know the sanctuary has been sitting on our bucket list anyway. Yeah, I wonder what we'll see there, since I heard most of the relief in the sanctuary tells the story of the past, present, and future. It will be different than the places that speak only of its history. Future, huh? Yeah, real catchy. I guess it only tells for those who believe. Isn't it entertaining to see some people believe that our destiny is carved on some kind of holy masterpiece? You didn't reply. Secretly, you wish that your destiny is carved or written somewhere, since you don't feel to ever have the competency to fully control it. You long for living an extraordinary life, where you could go about and create big things, meet great people, and perhaps fall in love a little with them, but on the contrary, despite the many years you've been living, you never seem to feel any of those greatness. Gales? Oh, yeah, sorry. I think I spaced out. Hey, you're driving. Be careful there. Tell me if you need backup. Right, sorry. I think we're close, though. It's the place, right? Gosh, yeah. Majestic. The sanctuary sits stately above the hills. Anyone can see just how enormous the sanctuary is. The trees around it look small in comparison. You park your bike and hop off. Heading to the ticket booth, you find no one on the queue. Damn, this place is almost ours. Look how few the visitors are. Maybe it's because of the news. Come on, as long as we look after each other, right? Right. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. Here, tickets purchased. Just as you read, the cleric asked for your IDs and notes them down on the visitor list. As you walk through the paving of the sanctuary, you feel small. Statues in various sizes stand aligning the pathways as if welcoming the visitors. At the end of the path, the sanctuary awaits with open arms for the people to come to it. Pretty cool. Stone after stone are perfectly arranged to head towards the uppermost part of the edifice. On top of it sits a large dome made out of solid blocks with no cracks. This is surreal. How can anyone build this? It's more like a rocky mountain than a building. Yeah, look how high it is. Must have taken the power of a genie to bring that dome. Both you and Rana wander around each veranda. Their walls are heavily decorated with carvings, except they are not merely decorations, they tell stories. In one block, you see a group of people following a sheep. The one who holds the crook here is the animal, and the flock is the humans. You move on to the next block. In this one, you find people walking on branching paths. All of them run into each other's paths, and at the end of the block, every path is walked by at least 2 people. You move on to the next block. But then you notice the silence around you. Unlatching your eyes from the walls, you find yourself alone in the area. Rana? You notice other visitors are also gone. Isn't this a perfect place for a horror story to start? Or maybe they moved on to the next area. You circle around the patio, and still you find nobody. At the center of the wall of the veranda, there is an opening that leads to the indoors of the dome. Right. Maybe they went inside. So much for looking after each other, Rana. Dramatic lighting cast upon the scriptures, more stories to read. Somehow excited, you step inside. The air is colder than the outside, even without air conditioning. For a moment, you saw a glimpse of other visitors on the other side of the room. As you approach them, a stone door suddenly drops right at the entrance behind you. Gah! What the... Hey, did you all... Turning back to the room, you realize who you thought were visitors were just statues standing in the middle of the room. Is this a joke? You turn back to the wall where you entered the room and start hitting it with all your might. Hey, let me out! This isn't funny! Silence. Might as well explore the room, I guess. You're trying to catch your breath and steady your heartbeat. Breathe, breathe, you thought. Okay, nice. I guess I'm scared now. And I need to find my own way out. Yay. You distract yourself from fear by looking at the walls. This time, there is nobody in the scripture. Only an expanse of various landscapes ranging from a land vegetated with exotic trees to a snow-covered desert. It's beautiful, but it's empty. The scripture extends to the wall at the end of the room. You notice the lighting stops there. You grope at the unlit wall and find a shape of a human on the carvings. You take your phone and turn on its flashlight. Good. I was just getting ready to say that it was doing the whole narrating with just a black screen in the background thing, which you don't really like to see in visual novels, but then this popped up. So this is good. At least it's giving us something. But yeah, definitely getting the feeling that this is more of a writing focused one, which is fine. As long as it's not too extreme in the proportions of visuals to writing. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep playing. All right. Interesting looking image. Looks like there's 2 tiles missing. A tiny human figure wrapped up in a cloak is standing in the middle of the scripture. It is the only human in the carvings. Oh, that's like similar to like what was on the main page too. Huh, interesting. Somehow you feel for her. Seems like no one crosses your path, huh? She is holding a staff in one hand and the other hand is missing. A part of the wall is excavated. Seems like some of the blocks in the wall fell off. You wander around the room once more, not knowing where to go while managing the fear of whatever it is you're experiencing right now. Focus on looking for a way out. Focus, focus. Looking at the 3 statues in the middle of the room, you notice their hands are holding something. Stone blocks. You notice the cuts perfectly match the hole in the wall. Seriously? Is this some kind of game? So, right now we have the main character is by themselves and they're talking to themselves, which is a little unusual, but it is what it is. I'm just pointing that out. If it is, I'm telling you, it's not fun. I know you guys are hiding a CCTV here somewhere. You hear your voice echoing the room as you shout your complaints, hoping the staff can hear you. You know what? I'm calling the police right now. I'm going to tell them the news is true. You people are going to lose this enterprise.
Please try your call again.
Signal lost? I believe the outside is just a wall away from this room. Fine. Let's see what we got here. You walk around the statues. The first statue holds a block with a sun sculpted in it. You turn to the next statue. The second one holds a block with a star sculpted in it. You turn to the next statue. The last one holds a block with a moon sculpted in it. The 3 of them have the exact same cuts. Does that mean I can just put any block that they hold? Alright. Let's try putting on the one with the sun. The piece of blocks that you took fit the hole in the wall, completing the image of the missing hand. The human figure now holds a lantern with a sun inside of it. As the blocks perfectly click with the wall, the lines of the sun start to light up and brighten the wall. Right in front of the figure is a fine line that stretches vertically throughout the wall. The light from the sun quickly propagates through the line. The wall is now divided in 2, and it parted ways to its left and opening a way to another room. What was all that? Magic? No way. Advanced technology. Hey, you staff, I gotta admit, that was a cool trick. Now let me out. Enough of this. Silence. You expect the people to come out, clapping their hands and congratulating you for surviving this far, but silence. That's all you got. Seriously. I don't have a choice but to move on, do I? I kind of wish that the main character and Rana hadn't gotten separated, because then they'd have somebody to talk to rather than just talking to themselves, which is kind of awkward and not really that interesting to read, honestly. But we'll keep going. Right after you is a dark, winding hallway. Ooh, very creepy. On its sides stand in line typical statues with their eyes closed. Dim lights from the room before you can only shine the next area so far. Chills start going up your spine. You don't want to go on, and as much as you hate to admit it, you're scared of the dark. Should I go on? I see you are afraid. Huh? I'm pretty sure I heard someone talking. Indeed, it is I. Oh, statue's talking. That's cool. Very neat design. Ah! The statue! What in the world? Ah! Automatically, your feet bring you rushing through the darkness of the hallway. What the hell was that? And where in the heaven am I going? Screw it. Just run. I mean, I don't think people would say just run. I think they would just run rather than say they're going to run. Unfortunately, running in the darkness has never been a good idea. Yeah, it's really not, Gales. Your feet bumped into a solid rock, and you find yourself kissing the floor. Ugh. This is a dream. This is a dream. No. You are fully awake. Ah! It's not real. It's not real. Wake up. Like a wilting flower, you shrink in fear and hope you can numb your senses with a few head beating only to find yourself shivering even more. You can feel a hand touching your shoulder. Please, don't hurt yourself like that. Ah! Go away! Demon! Go away! Despite the offensive calling, I still have to give you this lantern. Ooh, pretty. I hope you find it useful. Without stepping closer to you, the talking statue puts a lantern on the floor beside you. Still, you're too afraid to even move and take it. I mean, I don't know. They seem pretty chill for a talking statue. I don't know. I don't think that I think Gales is overreacting a little bit. Shivers. If you wish for me to go, I will. I hope you can find what you're looking for. Oh no, come back. They could have helped us get out. Yeah, wait. Somehow you automatically stop the statue from leaving you. Seems like you don't want to be alone. Seems like a strange company can do you better. Very well, I am here. The same voice in the dark, but you can feel yourself fighting the fear. Slowly, it gradually decreases until you're back on your feet. The lantern is now in your hand, and its light illuminates the winding hallway. Everything looks just like a normal sanctuary. Old stone walls, statues, scriptures on the walls, except for one statue that opens its eyes. You shine the lantern towards it. Gah! Despite knowing where the statue is, your hand automatically hit the statue's chest out of surprise. Not even the statue's smooth-looking cloth seems affected, while your hand is in excruciating pain. You're hoping to prove yourself that these statues are actual people, but the sting of your hand convinces you otherwise. Lord, what am I even supposed to say? You're pure stone, and you talk. What the... I see you are still confused. Well, of course I am. Where the hell am I? I suggest you speak of good words. This holy place is surely far from hell. Worry not, you are right where you were headed, the sanctuary. Then where is Rana? And the other visitors too. You better step out of that nook and stop pranking me. What even are you? You were at the start of the hallway before. How did you follow me here? I am afraid I cannot do that. I am part of the sanctuary, and therefore I can travel through some parts of it. However, I am in no power to change its holy shape. Your friend and the others, they are also here doing their own journeys. Perhaps yours are simply taking a little difference. A little? Yes. I must tell you, Wanderer, you are special. As well as you do, we know that you have something inside of you that wishes to be given and reached out. Perhaps you haven't noticed this, or have you? Special? You never thought you're anything special. Oh, everybody's special. Everybody's unique. Gales. You've been living an average life, eating average food, meeting average people, earning average wage, feeling average human emotions. I mean, average is very, very, very relative. People may think of themselves as average, but that's only because it's from their perspective. They've never been anything else. So obviously it's going to feel average to them. But it's very all a matter of perspective. Anyway, moving on. There has never been anything unusual happening in your life, or so you thought. And secretly you wish that for once there is, so that you have your own story to tell that are different than others. Even the murals and carvings you saw before can only do so much. None of them ever resonate with you. What in the world are you talking about? I just want to get out of here. Where's the way out? You explore further into the hallways, which now start to look more like a maze. The same statues greet you through each corridor, then one of them opens its eyes. Certainly, it follows you. Yes, you wish to get out of here. but I am convinced that you don't want to get out without any story worth telling. You will see a way out once you find what you are looking for, and I can assure you that it is here, right in the heart of the sanctuary. I mean, I'm talking to an actual statue. I think this is a pretty good story, dude. Just saying. The statue noticed. It knows what you're looking for, and you hate it for knowing. There you go again. You talk like you know it all, saying, I'm looking for something, I'm looking for something. What am I even looking for? I just want a way out. Look around you. What did you find once you saw this sanctuary, even from below the hills, and how did you feel about it? Every part of the sanctuary tells stories. Not everyone can read them, but special as you are, Wanderer, you can read it even more with your heart. It leads you here for a purpose. Ask yourself, why are you here? What brings you to explore this exact holy sanctuary? I mean, curiosity? I believe you wish to find something, to have your own story to tell. What is it that you long for throughout your whole life? It's true. You wish you could have your own story to tell. You secretly wish this hallway is still far from ending. You want to explore, and you don't deny it. Fear and cynicism finally leave you completely. I suggest you continue your journey. The hallway still goes on. Many to see with your own eyes, and perhaps it will give you answers. If you need any support, I can guide you through any inconveniences you stumble upon. Blasphemy. You leave the spot where you stood and listen to the statue's nonsense. What? Or so you wanted to think it is. The statue stays still and closes its eyes as you walk away. So you meet this spiritual entity in the form of a statue. And it's telling you all these words of wisdom and offering to guide you. And you are just going to completely disregard it as nonsense. Okay, Gales. Every yard you walk, the same statue stands by, staying silent as you first wish. Between them, more scriptures are carved on the walls. You find the traveler with the sun lantern in one of its blocks. Oh, that's very cool. Neat little image. This time the traveler is not alone. She follows a man who holds a compass for guidance. He holds the hand of the traveler as they get through a lushing forest. Not bad. Who is that guy, though? Why does the traveler follow him? Interesting how you wish to know more about the Confidant. Gah! Gale, stop being so surprised. We literally just talked to them. You were startled by the interpose. One of those statues behind you opens its eyes as if wanting to tag along with your readings. My apologies. I didn't mean to surprise you. Oh my. How can I forget? I better record this talking stone super trick. This is gonna go viral. You probe through your pocket only to realize your phone isn't there. What? My phone? Where is it? Is it the shining box that you used before entering this room that you refer to as phone? How dare you, thieves! I'm so going to report the sanctuary to the police. Putting aside your accusation, no part of the sanctuary has the need to collect any human belongings. Need it or not, of course you can take advantage by selling it for a few pennies. Pennies? Such as the coins? Anything in the sanctuary has no interest in what humans thought of as wealth. And you, unlike most humans, seem to agree with that. I believe your wealth comes from something else. You notice the statue's eyes are more attentive than before. They're looking straight at your eyes. Feeling awkward, you avert your gaze. Tell me, Wanderer, why do you want to learn more about the Confidant? Confidant? This traveler was alone in the room before this. That's gonna be a little too random for her to follow some stranger around, let alone to consider him as a confidant. Certainly. A selective one, are you? So you try to reach for familiarity when it comes to connecting to new people. You sense as though the statue is trying to read you. The way it accurately perceives you almost feels like an obnoxious understanding. It is intimacy that you wish to develop with other people. It is what drives you here. I have noticed something so strong about you since you stepped foot inside this sanctuary. How astounding. Enough. Do you really always talk that much, or can you simply go back closing your eyes and act like a normal stone? If that is your wish. The statue lowers its gaze and stays silent. You continue reading the scriptures. Along the journey, you find how the Confidant guides the traveler. He cuts the vines that block their paths, provides hunts for the traveler, accommodates shelter all along the journey. Most importantly, he taught her how to survive and navigate every obstacle the traveler encounters. Show off. I would not refer as such to the Confidant. He is more of a mentor, a guide for the lone traveler. If you call her a lone traveler, then she should be traveling alone. Duh. Very well. Let us see what will happen next. Here's a horsey. Aww. The traveler and her Confidant end up in a heavily populated village. One of the villagers welcomes the man and offers him a horse to ride on, as if the man is a person of prominence. The man with the compass hops on the horse, and the villagers cheer for his arrival. He offers the traveler a hand to join him riding the horse, so that the traveler doesn't need to walk further. If you were the traveler, I believe you won't take the Confidant's offer. Gosh! Once again, you're startled by the statue's sudden appearance. Why would you be so startled? We know he's there. Gales, come on. Why in the world do you come out again? Putting aside your surprise, you somehow feel at ease knowing the statue doesn't completely leave you alone in this strange journey. Despite your distrust towards the Confidant, there you were, hoping for my company. How unlikely to ever happen is your situation now. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I have a choice to shoo you off, especially after knowing how intrusive you are. You do have that choice. I could leave all by yourself if you weren't too confused by the nature of the sanctuary. What, are you saying that I should just normalize a suddenly dropping stone door and a talking statue and lights flooding out of a brick? Wow, yeah, very natural. You seem astounded. What I'm saying is it's freaking me out. I just want to see my friend again. You will, perhaps. Let's find out what the traveler does next. The statue lowers its gaze once more and stays silent. You took the left turn on the hallway to see the next parts of the scripture. The traveler waves her hand to the man on the horse. As the traveler watches the man go, she sees two lions approaching the man. Before the traveler could do anything, they fought ferociously. Whoa, I didn't see that one coming. The pride fights hand in hand. Even the man's weapon doesn't win against them. Oh, shoot. Poor guy. Good thing the traveler didn't join the horse. On the next block, you see the lions notice the traveler's presence. The traveler quickly runs, but then the wall reaches an end. What is this? What will happen next? Why does the hallway reach a dead end? You feel the urge to see how the traveler will survive, as she's trapped by the two lions besieging her, just as you feel trapped in the winding sanctuary. Calm down. Look closer. What choice does the traveler have? You turn to the blocking wall and notice that the land in which the traveler stands is a riverbank. A river? Cross it. The next stone blocks are missing. How will you help the troubled traveler? Looking around, you find two pedestals standing in a parallel. On the gaps between each cap, there sits a block of scripture with cuts that match the missing parts of the carvings. And one block, you see a river filled with sharp stones on which the traveler steps upon. The rocks must have injured the traveler's feet, but she doesn't fall. Putting the wounds aside, it could have been a steady leap. And the other block, the river is filled with perfectly circular stones. They look safe to step on, but then you see the traveler struggling to stay on top of the rocks. The smooth surface can cause the traveler to slip into the river's heavy current anytime. What will happen to the traveler is up to you. Between the two blocks, which will you choose? Save here just in case, but I think I'm going to go with the sharp and sturdy rocks. You take the block in which the traveler is injured, and join it with the scriptures. It fits perfectly. Fascinating. Aren't you a dauntless one, Wanderer? Nothing can terrify you, even when you know it's going to hurt you. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Gales has been pretty easily startled this whole time, so I kind of get the feeling they're kind of a little bit on the timid side. Maybe a little nervous, anxious. Definitely has trust issues. That's my impression anyway. What nonsense are you trying to say? See, exactly. Trust issues. Tell me what will happen to the traveler now. We will soon find out. The blocks you choose match perfectly with the wall. A moment after you put them, the wall cracks and gushes out a flood of wind. It fiercely blows so much that you can't open your eyes. Busy tackling the sand and dust that the wind carries, you let go of the lantern and know not where it goes. Step ahead, Wanderer, quick! You heard the statue's voice behind you. Sounds like it's staying in its nook. You move forward, gritting in each step to fight the rushing wind. As soon as you pass the cracking wall, a stone door drops behind you. The wind subsides. Ooh. Ahead of you lies a long, foreboding tunnel, enveloped in darkness. At its distant end, a faint glow emanates from an opening, beckoning with the promise of light. What just happened? You notice the lantern is gone with the wind. Barely seeing anything, fear comes rushing back at you. Statue? Are you still there? You try walking ahead, but after a step, something grabs your foot. The solid ground beneath greets your forehead. You can feel your head spinning and your forehead bleeding. Ugh. Wanderer, are you hurt? Statue, where am I? I gotta get out of here. Do you wish me to help you reach the light? Just give me the lantern. I can't see what's ahead. Believe me, you would not want to see what surrounds you. What do you mean? This is an interesting path to be. Seeing your timorous tendency, I suggest you better not see what is beneath you. Be clear about it. Let me see what is around. I cannot do anything, Wanderer. The only light source I had was the lantern I gave you. Then just help me get there. Very well. Gales is very bossy. I kind of feel bad for the statue to be stuck with her. To help you, I will need you to trust me. I'm going to have to guide you with only my hands, since I can't move as freely. Take my hand, Wanderer. Rise. You can feel the statue's hand softly tapping on your shoulder. Between fear and worry, you want to reach the statue's hand, while at the same time, you're still too scared to touch it. I mean, yeah, I'll take its hand. I think it's been pretty chill so far. I mean, why... I don't understand why Gales has such a hard time trusting it. It seems to be trying to help her, I'm assuming, anyway. Maybe I'm just too gullible. I don't know. I tend to trust people until they give me a reason not to trust them. I like to give people the benefit of a doubt, even if they're a weird statue in a sanctuary place thing. You hold the statue's hand while restraining the blood in your forehead from flowing even more. You need to take a grip from one of our hands to the next. Please be careful. Worry not, Wanderer. I will help you reach the next one. Guided by the statues, you move from one grip to another with your head spinning like a vortex. Slowly, Wanderer. Take it easy. I just want to quickly get there. Yes, you will. Each hand that you hold feels warmer and warmer. You didn't expect a statue's hand to be warm, as almost a human. Hey, are you always been this warm, or is it just the air? Or, why, You sound mystified, Wanderer. I have been alive this whole time, if that is your concern. What? Since you step into the sanctuary, I feel alive. So should you, Wanderer. Let us patch your wounds. One of the statue's hands taps softly on your forehead. Your head feels lighter than before. The spinning stops. You gain your focus back and realize that the light is getting further away. Hey, where are we heading? This tunnel just takes a little winding. Then you will get there. Do not fear, Wanderer. Get where? I'm sure this is just a long, straight path. You feel the statue squeezing its grip. Ugh! Why, you will get to the heart of the sanctuary, of course. The what? Let me go. Let you go? Why, Wanderer, do you not feel any better? Losing energy, you feel no more pain. Blood stops flowing from your wounds, as well as inside your veins. The statue's strong grips no longer hurt you. In fact, you can feel your hands are just as strong as the statue's. The agony faded, blood stilled, your body turned cold and burdened. Welcome to the heart of the sanctuary, Gales. May you live here forever to tell your stories to the world. Oh. Okay. Interesting. So I'm assuming we, like, also turned into a statue or something? Alright. Let's see. I'm not sure if there's any endings, but let's try a different. Let's see what happens if we choose the smooth and slippery rocks, just to see what happens. You take the block in which the traveler is slipped into the current and join it with the scriptures. It fits perfectly. Interesting. You rather let the traveler slip into the rushing water to protect her from injuries. How wise. But what will happen to the traveler now after the current takes her? We will soon find out. The blocks you choose match perfectly with the wall. A moment after you put them, the wall cracks and gushes out a flood of wind. It fiercely blows so much that you can't open your eyes. Busy tackling the sand and dust that the wind carries, you let go of the lantern and know not where it goes. Step ahead, Wanderer, quick. You heard the statue's voice behind you. Sounds like it's staying in its nook. You move forward, gritting in each step to fight the rushing wind. As soon as you pass the crackling wall, a stone door drops behind you. The wind subsides. Oh, is this the same? This might be the same. I'm not going to read this because I already read this, so we're just going to kind of skim it real quick just to make sure it's the same. Oh my. Now we can see what's around us. That's very creepy. What are all these? As you rise up, you examine the ground beneath you to learn what grabbed your step. It was a skeleton hand. You kick the hand and see it coming back to its body. The skull turns its head towards you and giggles. As I suggested, considering your timorous tendency, finding what you are currently surrounded with can be overwhelming. All around the tunnel, you find the old walls are encrusted with dead, living things. That's kind of a contradicting statement. Plants, animals, even humans. Shriveled and ossified, they become a part of the wall. You can feel chills going up your spine and yourself shivering. Be strong, Wanderer. I am here. You are not alone. You can feel the statue puts its hand on your shoulder. Not wanting anything to touch you, shove the statue's hand away. No, go away! You wish yourself to flee from wherever you are right now. There are no dark tunnels full of dead bodies, no talking statues, no dreams of an unusual story. You just want to be nothing and nowhere. This place must not suit your best interests, despite the fact you wanted to see it. I wish I could escort you through the tunnel if you only allow me. It will only require a bit of bravery to trust the help that you can get. Gone. Be gone. You hear yourself trembling. Like it or not, Wanderer, this sanctuary speaks for everything that happens in life. Its scripture will not only be told in the most adorned form. The only reason that you reach this part of the sanctuary must be due to your capability of accepting whatever is to come. You weren't listening to whatever the statue was saying. How many people have been here before? How does that matter? How many? As much as you can see, Wanderer. Are they the missing people reported? I know no reports outside of the sanctuary. What did you do to them? I did nothing. They came here themselves, just like you. There is always something that leads you and these people to the holiest part of the sanctuary. If you truly wish to go, then you shall. The natural parts of the sanctuary will not stop you. Lies! You didn't even tell me what you are. I thought it didn't matter since this wasn't real at all, but the pain in my head is too extreme. Lies? I am no liar. I should have trusted the news. I shouldn't have come here with Rana. I don't want to just end up like that. With your guts tightened by agitation, you urge yourself to run towards the light. Creepy. There are hands coming out of vertical graves, all trying to grab you. You burn them with a torch in your hand, and they shriek in pain. I'm sorry, gosh, I'm so sorry. Tears run down your cheeks as you run. Despite their disheveled forms, you're pretty sure they were once humans. How harsh you actually are, Wanderer. The statue's face appears on the wall and whispers in your ears. Shut your mouth. I have to survive to tell people about this hellish sanctuary. As much as it hurts me knowing that you accuse me for lying, you shall know that no one has ever survived this path. Will you be the first one too, or will you end up here just like those poor fellow humans? You won't make it. Come, be a part of us. You find yourself hyperventilating. The current of these voices are stronger than you imagine. They're not real. They're not real. We used to be as human as you are. A hand floats right in front of your face and grabs your neck. Stay with us. Live here forever. You're gasping for air and drops the torch to the ground. The tunnel starts to burn and you struggle to release yourself. Let me go. Ah! You can't breathe with all the smoke around you. The tunnel is filled with painful screams. Run, you thought. With nothing left to stop you, you rush to the opening towards the light. Go for it, Gales. You jump out of the tunnel and get yourself dropping from a height. Gales! Gales! Before your whole consciousness comes back to you, there is nothing you can see but white light and a faint shadow. Other than that, you feel a pair of hands holding your shoulders. You immediately open your eyes. Don't touch me! Go away! You push the person in front of you. Gah! What the hell, Gales? What happened to you? It was Rana all along. Why did you push your friend? Rana? Oh, Lord. A wave of relief washes over you as tears flow down your cheeks. Without any notice, you hug your friend tightly, weeping as if around you there is no air to breathe. There. Rana pats the back of your head while giving you some time to dry out the emotions. Gradually, your breathing calmed down. You let go of your hasty embrace, feeling a little embarrassed for showing the intensity of your vulnerability. Sorry. There was... A heavy sob follows your confusion of what to say, or of how you made it while still not even knowing what just happened back there inside. Take your time. Breathe. If you want to talk, I'm all ears. I've been having questions all around my head too, but seeing you like this, they evaporated. Also, in case you didn't notice, not to add any worries, your face is... Instinctively, you touch your cheek and piercing sting flows from your fingertips. Ah! What? Here, look. Rana hands you a mirror and you find your cheeks are filled with cut wounds. Did you fall or something? I know you've been the curious, impulsive kind, but this is almost too much. You're gone and uncontactable, and people said they didn't see anyone like you around, and the clerk said he never gets your ID. And people started to look at me like I'm some sort of a nutter looking for someone who doesn't exist. Can you tell how worried I am? You sob once more, unable to utter a word. Okay. No, sorry. I just thought I lost you. This time, it's Rana who wraps you with a warm embrace. Feeling stronger, you let go after a short while. Thankfully, you didn't. I still don't understand what happened. Where the hell were you? Exactly. Hell. That's where I've been. Rana, the rumor is true, at least for me. Taking a quick glance over your friend, Rana looks at you attentively, waiting to hear the story. I think something was leading me there. Lead you where? Let's patch up these wounds first, should we? Rana goes asking for help. In just a minute, the first aid team comes and reliably treats you while asking what happened. Somehow you don't feel comfortable with all the strangers around you. I fell off, that's it. Thanks for all the help. They wish you a speedy recovery, then leave you and Rana be. Seriously, why didn't you tell them what exactly happened? If there is anything harmful in this place, they need to know. I know, but... Impatiently, Rana expects you to utter whatever kind of excuse you have, but you know you have more to tell. You take a deep breath to gather the courage. Well, for a fact, I thought I was the only one there. Wait, how exactly did you find me, Rana? You were laying it down in the middle of the pathway, silly. I should be the one asking, how did you end up there? Well, that's the thing. I was completely somewhere else before that. There was this talking statue or something. I thought it was an ordinary human, but it wasn't. You must be thinking I'm crazy now. You look at your friend anxiously. Come on. Well, maybe a little, but just tell me everything. This talking statue tells me not everyone can go there, to that part of the sanctuary. I was locked inside the dome up there, and inside it was a maze. Do you really believe me? Gales, there wasn't even a door or any opening around the dome. The dome is a solid rock. There couldn't be anything like rooms inside of it, but okay. As weird as a talking statue, I hear you. Then the statue told me that I was the one that made my own way there. It wasn't like it's trying to trick me or anything. Okay, so what's happening now is Gales is pretty much repeating everything we already know because we experienced it. So you're telling what we were just shown. So once again, I kind of wish Rana had been with us because then we wouldn't need to do this. They would have experienced it alongside us. So there wouldn't be a need for this repetitive telling. But let's keep going. I'm sure we're getting close to the end. I was confused at first, but honestly, the more I explored that maze, the more I realized. I did come here to search for something. What do you mean? Well, we read about the news, and I was kind of hoping to prove that was all true, and turns out it is, for you. That statue. How dare it hurt you like this? Actually, it wasn't the statue that hurt me, but it was the people, the lost ones. You met them? But they weren't exactly people anymore. They were, I don't know how to describe it, they were stuck there, like with the walls. They were like statues themselves. And they were holding me back from escaping. They started to scratch me all over. I had to... You almost cry once again, remembering how you have to hurt them back. So you stop for a while, calming yourself with some breathing and sighing. Rana taps on your hand, trying to give you courage. Well, the statue, though, it tried to lead me. Maybe it was trying to help me, but I don't know. I just couldn't trust it. Why? This is embarrassing, but that statue, I think it was kind of what? I just thought it wanted something from me because it was kind of trying to, well, this will sound strange, but to charm me. Sorry, what? If you want to laugh, just laugh. Yeah, that was almost funny. I'm sorry. Well, go on. So you were like, charmed. Gah ha 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 ha. I just can't imagine that. You hide your face under the hoodie of your jacket. You're right. I wasn't. It was horrific. Rana laughs even more. Horrific? Yeah, I bet it was. I mean, Gales did get hurt. I don't think she should be laughing. Or they should be laughing. Hey, but honestly, it wasn't all that bad. The thing accompanied me along the way, and I thought it was kind of nice. Nice? Despite the fact that it terrifies me, it wasn't exactly alive, you know what I mean? Now this one is actually funny. Gales, the one who never fell for anybody, almost fell for a statue. No wonder you wanted to keep going to places like this, to see if any statue can entertain you. Haha. You hit Rana with your jacket quite ferociously. Screw you, man. Look, I just thought that. What's with that look? Go on, I'm listening. Never mind. Somebody's in love. I'm not. This will make an interesting story. I'll write it down for you. Bruh. Well, that's exactly it. A story. I wish I had one to tell. Everybody does. Maybe that's what I was looking for. Apparently now I do have one. Thanks to Mick's statue. You hit Rana once more. Hey, it's okay if you actually fall for it, alright? I'm just messing with you. That's the point, Rana. I told you it was horrific. It really was. You remember how you rolled up on the floor, almost letting the fear get the best of you, not wanting to even move? No lies. I wasn't feeling anything but fear. As much as that statue helped me through the whole thing, and putting aside that it's not alive, I just couldn't find it. I don't know. Contending? Sure. God damn it, man. I'm serious. I don't know how to, fall for love. Yeah, that. Before that comes a lot of things. Trust, joy, contentment, whatever. I just couldn't feel of that from anyone. You couldn't even say the word itself, huh? Well, it's fine, right? To never fall in love. Good thing you only met a statue. If that statue were a real person, would you fall for it? Without knowing what was to come, to be interested with a stranger in a lost world. Believe me, it's not a good idea. It seems a dark past clouds over Rana's head. Rana, I know, I'm sorry. Nah, forget about my story. It's old and should be long forgotten. Anyway, to be honest, among everyone I know, you radiate so much more love more than they do. You remember how you were there for Rana when everything went wrong. After that, as an appreciation for you, Rana promised to never leave and to always be there for you. I know I may not be the kind of love that you meant, but I think love exists in many forms. Love for friends, love for nature, love to travel. Yeah, that's true. Love is there's way more than just romantic love, obviously. Whatever you name it. Don't you think you do those things out of love too? It doesn't always have to be, romantic. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'm just too dead to ever feel it. Come on, even the dead moon still shines beautifully upon the darkness of the night, right? Yeah, I guess you're right. Alrighty. Rana stands up, snatching your jacket and throwing it back to you after taking the keys. Let's go back before it's dark, shall we? I'll take the stairs since that intriguing fiction still circle around your head. You won't be able to focus. Fiction? Excuse me? Whatever. Ha ha ha. Come on, I'm just messing with you. Let's get out of here. You both walked away from the sanctuary, heading towards the bike, and then back to your homes, just as the sun set back to the other horizon. Somehow, even with all the fancy lighting shining over its dome and each carving, the sanctuary feels a little empty after you left as the vastest visitor that day. Great monuments may fascinate their visitors even by just existing, but at the end of the day, visitors can only visit but never stay. Then they go back to their dynamic human lives, while those monuments still stay the way they were built. Perhaps that is the most fascinating part of being human, to always change drastically, dramatically. Even after many of our encounters with the humans, I still can't understand how to act like one. And wonder, you are one too much... Oh, this is the statue speaking, I just realized that. I wish you love from atop of these hills. So long. Thank you for playing. Yay! So I'm guessing that, hopefully that was the good ending. I'm assuming. We survived at least, so that's good. Alright, not bad. I enjoyed that. That was very good. Definitely creeped me out a little bit with the tunnel thing once we found out what was in that tunnel. I liked it. I liked the mystery aspect of the lost people and all that, the missing people. I like that the sanctuary almost seemed to take on like a personification of itself, which I thought was really cool. More positives. Let's see. I liked the statue. The statue, it had a nice... I like that it kind of gave like the hint that it was trying to guide us and help us, but then we got that bad ending, so maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I don't really know. Is it good or is it evil or is it just neutral? I don't know. Man. It was really cool though. I like that. I liked Rana. I wish Rana had been with us so we could have gotten more of them. They could have shared an experience, and probably my biggest constructive criticism is I think that good ending, that whole scene with Rana was kind of pointless because it was pretty much just repeating everything that we already knew, and it was hinting at things that weren't shown at all, like the thing with helping Rana through their troubling time. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a sequel to something, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, I think it would have been more impactful, once again, if Rana had been with us to experience it with us. We wouldn't have had to talk to themselves. Gales, I wasn't really fond of their personality. They were kind of silly, I think, given the whole seriousness. I don't know if it was intended for them to be comic relief, but they very much felt like a comic relief character, which is kind of strange to have your main character be the comic relief character. But that's just how I felt. That's more personal, though, I would say, than constructive criticism. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I thought it was kind of silly. But I did like the creepiness of I did like that the statue felt more serious, and, you know, it contrasted really well with Gale's like the statue was taking it all seriously and the Gales wasn't taking it seriously at all. I just want to get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to believe a word you say. I just want to get out. You know, it was a thing. Anyway, let's see what else. The only other thing is the writing. So considering this was written for Nanoreno, I'm not going to take off points for this, but the writing definitely is very wordy, and some of the things were really strangely worded, and I noticed that it kept switching back and forth sometimes. It was mostly written in present tense, but sometimes it would switch to past tense, which is kind of awkward to read. So it could definitely benefit from some editing, you know, if you want to go back and revise it a bit. I would probably suggest doing that now that NaNoWriMo is over and you have more time. I would suggest doing it anyway, because I think it definitely needs it. But once again, it was written for a jam, and it was very impressive. It was pretty good amount of writing for a jam game, for considering it was written, like a month, so I thought it was good. And I like, one more thing about the positives that I didn't mention. I like the choose your adventure aspects and the whole, like, choosing to fill in the blank of the puzzle. I wish there was more of that. Something else you might want to consider adding, because I thought that was great, you know. I would like to see more of the choose your adventure aspects. And I like the customization of the main character. That's also great. Well, I always like to see that. I think that about covers it. Rating-wise, I think I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. Because I did really enjoy it, but I did think it was flawed. I think part of it was unnecessary. Definitely could use some editing. I mean, I know I said I wasn't going to take off points for that, but but what I meant is I don't blame it for needing that, but it could be better, is what I'm trying to say anyway. But no, yeah, I think it's definitely 4 out of 5 star worthy. And I did mention at one point, I think, about the black screen thing, but I think it corrected itself a little bit. Every time I felt like, okay, there's just a black screen, I'm getting kind of bored, I'm kind of wanting to see something else, something would pop up. So a background or the statue character guy. So that was good. So no complaints there. I retract that complaint. But yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.